Hello everybody, welcome, welcome. Today we are going to do a fun little folio today. No measuring. So, grab a piece of paper, grab a piece of 12 by 12 paper and let's get busy with it. I hope that you're having a wonderful day. Oh my goodness, we are into some heat here in Texas, and I know lots of places are having similar, heat. So that's how that goes, right? Oh my goodness. But we are going to sit down and sit in the cool. I hope you have a cool place to be because that can certainly make a big difference, right? And we are going to have some fun. So like I said, we are going to use just one 12 by 12 piece of paper to make a, that's going to be the base of our folio. And then if you've got some other goodies you want to add in, that's always fun too. And let me see, anything else to tell you? I don't know. I'm bringing stuff up here so I can see comments. Say hello when you come on in so I know that you are here. Hey, Patricia. Nice to have you. And yes, I am, in case you don't know, I am going live on Facebook and YouTube today. So, so that's where we'll see people commenting from both places. So if I'm answering someone and you don't see the comment and wonder where in the world I'm talking to somebody, that's why. So just one more second here. Okay. All right. I am ready to go. Hi, Rhonda, Nancy. Thanks for popping in. Linda, we got our friends all popping in here. Patricia, I hope you're not going to be all lonely over there on Facebook or on YouTube again. Hey, Diane, how are you? So I'm going to go ahead. Let me move us down here. You guys, oh my, look, today I'm ready. I'm ready to let you see me. Yesterday, I was not. I was, till the last minute getting my stuff ready for our project yesterday. And then when I looked up, there I was looking like a crazy person. And oh my goodness, and I look grumpy. I inherited this downturny, frowny looking mouth from my daddy, and yeah, so if I'm not kind of smiling or looking happy, I look really grumpy. I'm not, but that's how that is. Hello, Grace and Carol, Martha, everybody's popping in. Thanks for joining us. So I'm gonna go ahead and put us down here. So if you're just coming in, I'm Christy from My Artful Adventures. We mostly do paper crafting around here, which can be a whole variety of different things, right? We can do all kinds of things with paper. Today we're going to be making a one sheet wonder thing with one sheet of 12 by 12 paper for our base of our folio. So let's get started. Let me get us down here. Okay. Oh, let me back out a little bit. Oh, that got really close. And that's kind of too far out and all the junk is showing. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I had something crash on top of the thing that holds the paper or the camera up there yesterday, and it got all wonky. I thought I had it fixed, but not really. Okay, so I'm going to trim this little branding strip off here. And the paper I'm using today is a graphic 45 piece, and it was cut from the Elegance collection. So that was what that one was from. So we're going to use that. So we're just going to have that ready to go. Now these pieces I have cut to use for like little cards or some ephemera type things to go into our folio. Okay, now one of the things, and I'll show you this in a second when we get to that part. Let me try and get these out of the way a little bit. Let me move them over so they're not kind of distracting with what we're doing. If I can grab them. There we go. I had a little tray I had put over here, and then I forgot to put them on it. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. We're just going to cut. We're not going to measure. And I think, one of the things that you can do is look at your paper and kind of decide where you want to cut it, okay? So right here, and so kind of let your paper do a lot of the work for deciding. Now, I made kind of a trial run at this, and so you can see when you're using something, this was a double-sided piece of paper I've had forever, so this is kind of where we're going with this, okay? And you know, you may not have this many pockets with what you do with yours. It's hard to say because we're not going to measure. We're just going to kind of, you know, go with the flow, so to speak. And then I cut the top off. This part was so long, I cut another inch off, and I thought, well, you could use kind of a belly band closure to keep it closed. But I would not, if you ended up doing that, I would not I would not glue it closed all the way until I had filled up what I was doing mostly, because you might want, I mean, I could do it here, and you can see I've left some room, but who knows if that would be enough or not. So I would just leave that part until later. And maybe you're not going to have a belly band the way you cut your paper. Hi, Susie. I'm Martha. I'm not sure if I told you hi. So I think what we're going to do, all you're going to do is you take your 12 by 12 and you cut it into 2 pieces. And that's what we're going to do. So I want this part of this frame, I think I already said this, I want to make sure that this gets in here because, and we want one part to be taller than the other part. So this makes a good place to cut that and make that happen and still get, you know, a whole image right there. So let's cut it there. Hey, Betty. So I'm just going to cut it at the edge of that because I don't really want it to be any longer. Okay? So there we go. Now we got our 2 pieces to work with, and that's really all we need our trimmer for, I think, if I'm not mistaken. And I could be, you never know. You never know, right? So this is what we're going to do. We're going to take our main piece and we're going to look at that. And we kind of want to decide which side we want inside and which outside. Now, I think, so you gotta, you know, and there's a fair amount of flipping around you might want to do here. So if we put this here, and this is our outside, and then this would wrap around, then we're losing a lot of this fun stuff. So do we want that on the inside? And then if we make this the outside, I know you guys are gonna think I'm just goofy as all get out. If we put that there, no, I already said if we do that, then we're not gonna have a lot of that showing. So if we put that on the inside and it folds like this, and we've got that there, then this could be the outside, and we'd have that on the outside. I think I like that better. What do you guys think of that? And then the smaller piece would be this. I think that's gonna work, so let's do that. Help me remember. You know, I always have to have everybody help me remember what I was planning, right? Hang on 1 second, I dropped something here. And I want to have that in a few minutes. Okay, so this is going to be the inside. So let's go ahead and fold it. And let's just fold it. And we don't really, you know, and it just decide, you just have to decide how big you want to make it. And here's another thing. I do have one of these cut apart cards that I thought would be fun to use inside. And I mean, even though that's still that same piece, we could use that there. No, I don't know about that. We could use this one and make a couple of pockets. And those are the biggest pieces of those cards. Okay, so since I've got that, let's kind of go with this for where we're going to fold. So I'm just going to make one fold and then just line up on the bottom here to make sure that you've got it straight, okay? And then let me grab a bone folder, which I just had one a minute ago when I was making my practice one. Well, good grief. Huh. Well, I don't, oh, there it is. I was gonna say, how'd that get away so quick? Hey, Molly, thank you. Hey, Carol. So, yeah, so we'll put that there. And so since we know we want to use this for a pocket in here, let's put that there. And let's go ahead and kind of just use your fingernails and just kind of mark where you want it. So I want it kind of around there. And then measure up your, or line up your bottom. Like that, okay? Now we've got our pockets already in there. And then what we could do is we could turn a little bit of this over and make a tiny little side pocket. So again, line up the bottom. Okay, so since we're gonna make that a little pocket, let's go ahead and give it a little nip here. Okay. Rena, you're terrible at folding. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's always crooked. Well, just line up the bottom. If you line up the bottom, you've got a pretty good chance of that being pretty straight. Okay, so since we've got that done, well, you know what? And let's do a little bit of inking. Now, you guys, I got out two colors that I thought might look kind of pretty. And so I thought this might be kind of brighter than I wanted. And then I thought, well, this might be kind of soft. Well, I tried this one on the edge somewhere along here, and it hardly showed up at all. And then when I was cleaning my, applicator thing off, then I could see, look how different they are. This has got a lot more of a peachy undertone than really what some of these have. Now, showing up on black, it might look better. But this one, and this one almost looks too pink. But showing up on the black, I think this is going to be a good choice. So let's go ahead, and we're not going to, and here's the deal. If you wanted to, you could make your pocket over on this side if you wanted to do that instead. It just doesn't matter, And by the way, let me get my corner chomper, you guys. And I'm just going to do the tops. I'm not going to do the bottoms, okay? So I'm going to do right here. Well, that's not a corner thing. It's a hole punch. Okay. Second try. And let's see. Let's see if a 1/4 inch is enough. Like that. That's plenty good. We'll just do those. Oops, not good enough. There. And then I'm going to go ahead and fold it and then do these corners. And it's just, it just gives it a nice little touch, and they're not all sharp and pointy. Okay. And now let's go ahead and let's try a little bit of inking. I hope we're going to like this. I don't know. Oh, Sue, after I said that, I got kind of tickled about that as I said it. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Oh, mine lines up and overflows. Oh my goodness. You guys are a lot of fun. All right, so let's get some of this on here. Oh, that's kind of pretty. That'll be kind of pretty. Look at that. Look at me, look at me. Nice. Okay, well, I don't know how much of this other side we're going to have showing, but you know, can there be too much inking? Oh, this is looking good, you guys. Oh, I like it. So yeah, I am gonna go ahead and do this side real quick. I'm liking this. You know, I have so many papers that are double-sided, but a lot of my papers, well, I wanted something that I could get, like something with cut-aparts as well. And so I finally found this set that I've had for ages, and I thought, oh, this will be perfect. I'll finally do something with it. I really want to use more of what I have on hand. And how funny that I choose, you know, trying to use it up, and how funny that then I decide to do something that only, you know, takes a piece of paper. I could make these for days. Now, if postage wasn't so much, we could be sending them out to everybody, right? That would be fun. We should do something like that. We should set up some kind of a swap. Wouldn't that be fun? Let's do a folio swap. I think that'd be a lot of fun. So many ways that you can do a folio. It'd be a lot of fun. Who would be interested in doing that? Oh, you did, Sue. Oh, I'm really liking this after all, you guys, with that pink. Look at that. It looks yummy. Okay, so now this one is going to be on the outside. And so we're going to wrap this one around. And maybe on this one, we make a little pocket on this side. So let's do that. I'm just going to fold it here. So just make sure this is lined up, and then just give it a crease here. Make sure your other piece is fitting in. And you know what? Look at that. Oh, I was going to say, that doesn't look real straight. Hang on. Okay. And then wrap this part around and just line it up. And now let's make this little pocket. Oh, this will be cute, because then we can put this right here and get that. That'll be cute. It'll be kind of deep. Let's move it out a little bit. And then there'll still, you know, be plenty to fold over and cover the other edge. And so let's snip a little bit out for our finger hole. You're gonna buy a cut and emboss machine. What do you mean you goofed up twice? Tell me, elaborate, please. Oh, I see Katie says she would like to do a swap. Okay, now we're going to make this a pocket back here too. So let's do a little snip here. This is going to be, I'm going to flip it this way because it's going to be hard for me to see where it kind of the center is. There we go. So tell me what you mean that you messed up twice. They make a machine that does both in the description. Yes, kind of. A lot of them do anymore. But that is more the embossing folders than anything. Some of them, they used to have things and you'd kind of have to run them through twice. And now they make embossing folders that are embossing and cutting, and you can kind of do it in one fell swoop. So it's not so much a difference in a machine. It needs to be a machine that has a nice amount of pressure though. Did you already get something and you didn't like it? Is that what you mean? Or you're just trying to figure out what you need? Did I just... Yeah, I shouldn't have done that one. So let's see if this is the pocket. It doesn't really need to be snipped along there. Okay. You shopped Temu. Oh. You bought one from Temu? Yeah, Molly says she has had a Sizzix Big Shot for years and she loves it. And they've come out with an electronic one, a hand crank. I have that hand crank one. Yeah, it'll work. You've got to make sure you know what kind of sandwiches that you need to put together with the plates. And that's just kind of trial and error sometimes. You know, if you get cutting dies and embossing plates that came from Sizzix, you're more apt to have better luck like right off the bat. You know, this pink on this black, you really have to kind of get some on there for it to show up because it's so dark. And that lighter one that I was showing you, yeah, it just didn't hardly show up at all. And see how it comes across as kind of light? Yes, there's all kinds, Molly, there's all kinds of sizes anymore, I tell you. For somebody who's looking to get one. And I've got some electronic ones. I've got a, what is it? I've got a Gemini that is from Crafter's Companion. The thing I don't like about those is they are really bad about warping your platforms, your plates. And I don't know if that is ever going to change. I mean, they are strong, that's for sure. And let me show you one that I have that's a little hand one. Oh, it's suctioned onto there. I like to not have gotten it off of there. And let me think, my gosh, and I can't think of what the name of the other one is. Oh, I cannot think of the name. There's another company and they make some like this, and it's got just this little place that you that's dirty. That's got this little place, and it is a hand crank. And all you use for, instead of platforms, it's like this little folder system. And you put your, your stuff in here. And some of the 3D embossing folders can go through all by themselves. So thicker things like that can go by themselves. If it's not quite thick enough, then you add a shim along, like with this, or the, you have to find what your proper sandwich is going to be. And then if it's not thick enough and it doesn't cut, you kind of have to make your own shim. And like something I was working on, this was the perfect amount to make it. This is just my white cardstock, and it was just several pieces. And that made the perfect sandwich, so to speak, to go in there. So let's see. We've got BFGM. Oh, what is your name? I'd love to know your name. She bought her Revolution from Joann's, and she loves it. It doesn't have many plates to juggle with like she sees with a lot of other devices. That's nice. That's a plus. And she says it comes with a magnetic base that she doesn't have. You have to buy that separate. Well, thanks for that info. Who makes the Revolution? I don't know who makes that one. There are so many people that make them, and I know, gosh, I wish I could think of that other one I've got in there that's this same type of thing. I can't. I never think of it. It is a hard name for me to remember for some reason. Okay, so here's the front of this. Remember, we're still working with one piece here. Diane, right? Gemini Mini. Yes, the Gemini Mini is even, that one is the midi. Another one's even a little bit smaller. Did we get inside? No. I got to blabbing. Oh, Blossom is your middle name that you go by. We Are Memory makes it. Okay. The Revolution. Okay. They make great products. I tell you, I think they really make good things. And boy, so many paper crafting things, right? Oh, I don't even think I needed that. Well, I don't even, well, I guess part of this, I'm not sure what I'm going to need. I think some of this we're not even going to see. But as long as I'm inking, I'll just ink. I think I got the rest of it inked while I was blabbing. Okay. Maybe get a little more pink. It looks kind of chalky if you don't get enough on this black. Okay, there we go. I think that'll do it. Neither one. Neither one. It is... Oh, I can't remember. Gosh, I just can't think of what that company is called. They make a lot of little die cuts. And that's kind of their main thing to use with this tiny machine. And it's like the little hand cranked one. Just like I was showing you. They Diamond Press. That's who they are. Ah, I remembered. Ben, when you forget something like that and you can finally remember, it makes you feel good. Okay, so now this is going to be on the back, and we're going to make this pocket. So all we're going to do is we're going to put a little glue on. Now it needs to start about right here, and I'm just going to start it on both sides. And then I'm just going to do the back over here. It'll be easy for me to get it on. And then actually we're gluing it clear to the back here. Oh my gosh, did you see that moment of concern that I'd messed up? That hesitation was, oh no. Okay, and then just kind of make sure that it's right in, you know, that it's going to close. So just do that. Okay, and then just give it a good press. And now let's go ahead and glue the little pockets closed. Man, I tell you, it's hard to see where you did your fold. It is hard to see. Okay, so we got that, and we're going to make a little pocket here. Oops. What else you guys got going on this afternoon? Sidekick. No, it's from Diamond Press. The Sidekick. Yeah, that was a good one too. I tell you, there's been a lot of nice little things over the years. And I think a lot of people like the Anna Griffin ones. I think that's called the Empress. But yeah, I've got the Sizik, I've got the Crafter's Companion, Gemini, and then I've got those hand cranked little ones. Okay, so there we go. There is our folio like this. We got our pocket back here. Ooh, that's kind of tight. When we put something in there, we might have to put something. Now, let's make another little pocket. So these were these cut apart. These all came from this sheet. So you guys, if you ever, and Graphic 45 makes a lot of these. This is how a lot of their cut aparts come. And so it gives you lots of borders, usually have words on them. You know, other little things that are shorter things that you could, you know, use for some kind of a major word piece. You know, you could even cut that in a couple of places. Lots of pretty borders. And the way that you cut this, okay, are you ready for this? If you've never done it, you're gonna want to know this. Okay, first cut off the branding strip. Okay, so now you can see here's a straight piece here. Cut that off. You've got several straight pieces here, so you cut those off. Cut these two off, but you can only cut those two off. Don't get carried away and cut this one, because then you've run into this. So once you get those two off, and you've got this part off, now you've got a piece that you can cut right here. So this part comes off. And then you've also, after you cut this off, you can cut this tiny section off. So you kind of keep looking and turning. After you cut that one off, you can get this one released. And then you can cut, so this one is off here, then you can cut straight down through here, and then cut this one off, cut through here, cut these three. And then that leaves you with this section, and you're going to make cuts right through here. And you've cut all of that. And it's nice to have a trimmer that you can really gauge where you are cutting. And if you don't like, and some of these had a little bit more black on the edge than I wanted. And you guys, I was so thrilled. This is the first time I have used this Stampin' Up! Paper trimmer to cut something like that. And oh my gosh, it allowed me to get right. I could see right where I was going with it, because what I was doing is I'm just lining it up with the little cut line there. You can see where it goes right there. It's got that little line, and you can follow it all the way down. And oh my gosh, you guys, that was probably the easiest time I had cutting one of these up. I've got some other things that are kind of my go-tos for cutting that kind of stuff, but I have to say that was the easiest yet. So, commercial's over. So, oh my gosh, I forgot what you said your name was. Let me go back. I hate that when I do that. Blossom. Okay, Blossom says that she has one that she likes. She does own a Cricut Explorer Air 2. Yeah, I do too, and I just don't even use it all that much, you guys. But I tell you what, it comes in handy if I want it to use it. Okay, so let's take this piece. I don't want to use the back side because we've already got all this pretty stuff. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it. I wish I could cut it up in here, and because then it makes a more angled thing down here, and it would be less obvious sliding it down inside if it was lower. But I don't want to do that. I think I'm going to cut it about right here, and then we can still have the thing of beauty maybe peeking out of the pocket. Maybe. Like I said, let your paper be your guide as to what you're doing, right? Oh, thank you, Molly. Yes, Graphic 45. And what did I say it was called? It's called Elegance Collection. That's what it is. And it's not new. I don't know if you'll be able to find any or not. I'll tell you what, Stamperia has a pretty rose collection too. You might look there if you like the pinks and the roses. Of course, I don't know if those are new either. You know, some collections, they seem to just kind of keep because they're so popular. So I'm just going to slice it. I'm not going to worry about where it is. And let's go ahead and let's line these up and make our little finger hole. Then if they're off center, they'll both be off center. Guys, I still never, yeah, which that is, but you know, they're gonna line up together, so that'll be nice. And I think this will be nice to ink because it'll kind of differentiate those a little bit. Oh, Blossom, I am in the Dallas-Fort Worth area in Texas, and I tell you what, I've been hearing so many places just seem to, we're having lots of heat everywhere, aren't we? Not fun. I tell you, it's too early in summer to be having this, because I know down here we can have this for a long time. Last year was miserable, and my daughter and granddaughter had moved down here from, they had been up in Colorado and then moved to Minnesota for a couple years, and yeah, that was kind of a hard adjustment last summer. I don't think I need that anymore. Okay, so we're going to put this here in the middle, and then this goes here. You know, that's not too bad. Look at that. It lines up pretty good. Lines up pretty good. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this one down and not put the glue all the way to the edge right now of the top, like this. Let's put that in here, and let's be mindful of the bottom and make sure that we'll leave a little bit of room in between. It's a little bit shorter than that. We wrapped it around, so we had plenty of room there. And so now this one can go in here. So I'm just going to put this on the sides and the bottom. We'll put a little glue there. And if you didn't have a cut apart card, you know, you could find something else that coordinated with what you were using, right? Okay, and then we'll just get that down, and now we'll just take, this is one of the reasons I like to use these little needle nose applicators. Now I can just put a tiny bit here. And put it on the other side. And look, we've still got lots of stuff going on in there, right? Okay. And so now we've got other little goodies here. Now we could, you know, this is kind of big. I don't really, we could put it in the back part. If we're gonna like slide it in the back, we'll have to trim it off a little bit on the sides. So let's just trim down a little bit. That may have been more than I needed. Like I said, we're not measuring, we're just kind of eyeballing it. And then let's use one of these little goodies. Let me see what I've got here. Let me pull this back in. Let's find something and make kind of a little tab. To pull it with. We could do this one. Let's fold it over a little bit. Actually, do we have much room to make a tab? Oh my goodness, that's almost too tight. Oh, my glue really? Wow, I didn't leave much room there, you guys. How did that glue get like that? Let me see if we can... What in the world? What did I glue? Oh, I glued the whole thing down flat. Okay, well, don't do that. We only needed it like on the sides. Okay, I'm gonna be able to release part of this, but not enough for that whole thing. I don't think. You can break that seal a little bit. Maybe. But I don't want to do it too much and rip my paper. I cannot believe I did that. I can believe it. You know I can believe I did that. So now don't do that. We've almost got it. I think we're going to make it usable. Okay. Ta-da! We did it. We saved it. Hey, Anne, how are you doing? Oh, hi, Deborah. Oh, look. Okay, so we got that in there. Phew. Okay. So let's if we do the corners and round these corners, it makes it a little easier to get it in and out, and we've already rounded corners on other things, so let's do that. And you know what, let's trim a little bit of this off, and then we'll have a little bit more room for our tab. Because then it'll go down in the pocket just a little bit deeper. I'm still sitting here thinking I can't believe I did that. Right? Blossom, we don't give up, do we? We find some other way. One of my friends always says, you know, she likes to call it the Christy Fix-It show. So sometimes that's about the truth. So let's put a little bit of this on here. I'm really liking this pink. This is called Worn Lipstick. It's Distress Oxide Worn Lipstick. So it looks nice with this. You know, we get so used to using our, you know, our favorite vintage one that we put on everything, that, what is it called? Vintage Photo. And we don't even try other stuff. Okay, so I'm just going to trim this here. And then just glue that on. Just glue the little tips of it. Actually, I'm gonna cover the whole thing. And because then it'll glue it to itself, and it'll be a sturdy little tab. A little pull tab there. If I can get it on straight. Okay. And then just press it down, and now we've got a cute little card to go in here. Oh, look at that, you guys. I lucked out. Like I said, no measuring. Oh, that was fun. Okay, and so now we've got all kinds of other little goodies that we can, you know, slip into these places here. And, you know, just lots of fun little things. I don't think some of those, whoops, that's not gonna fit. You know, just slide in your goodies. Got little cards. I think this is a short one. Yep, that's a short one. So let's see. So that's about, oh, there was one back here, but that was too wide, wasn't it? Well, that's too, oh, you know what we could do? We could make it like a little booklet and stick it in there. And maybe we could stick that in. So we've got that. We can pull that out. Maybe even, you know, you could, if you wanted to, you could put a little piece of white paper there and use it like that. And then just keep working on it. Just keep having fun working on it, you guys. There you go. How do you like that? What do you think? What do you think of that idea today? I hope you liked it. I thought this was fun. Reputation, performance, and cost are your first three deciding factors for your machine. That, yes, that is true. Those are the things. And yes, some of them are kind of costly, and you need to make sure that, you know, it gets good reviews from stuff. And like I said, I do like the Gemini machines, but you know what, you guys, I don't like the way that they warp the plates. Hey, Susan. Oh, you stopped for a pit stop on your way back home. Well, safe travels, girlfriend. And so now the one thing oh hey. Let's see. We could use this one and make a little belly band to keep it closed. Let's do that. We could do that. Put that there. We could glue it. We could put that on the back. And I might put some more things in there. So if you think you're going to put, and you know, the intent is to be able to slide it off and on. So you want to not make it too tight. So if you make it kind of like this, glue those edges, you know, then you've got room for it to, you know, slide off and on. Look at that. I like that. I think that'll work good. I'll have to ink that too. But there we go. I love it. I think that turned out good. I really like it. Oh, yeah. Patricia, it would make a nice little gift, right? Hey, you guys, I'll have to put out a call and see who wants to do our folio swap. That would be super fun. That is really, well, that is cool. And you know what? I think that there are so many people who have been so unhappy with some of the different kinds of plates that warp so bad that I'm sure that, you know, they may have, you know, taken that into consideration during, you know, their time of design and manufacturing, right? Isn't that cute? I love it. I kind of wish it was more of that pink. But, you know, basically I've used two papers. One for the whole folio, and then we did that cut apart thing, and I've still got other little goodies left on it. So if you didn't come on earlier, this was the cut apart that we used. And if you're not used to cutting some of these apart, go back, because I told you a great way to cut these apart. It's kind of little by little, and you can use your paper trimmer, you know, and just really be done with it in a short amount of time. Okay, you guys, thanks so much for being here with me today. It's been fun, and I'm probably not going to be back on live again until Friday. That's my plan anyway. Hey, Sandy, how are you? Thanks for joining us. So you guys, this has been a lot of fun. I will talk to you later. Have a wonderful day. Take care. Be safe. Be kind. Bye-bye.